We're starting with the meat and potatoes, folks. This is our very first warm-up, and thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for standing for your vocal transformation. We're gonna start out with actually not singing. We're gonna start out with some breath support right here. This is, if I had to take one vocal exercise, it would be this one. And I'm not kidding. Sometimes this is almost all the warm-up that I need to really get into my body, to get relaxed and get around it. What is it you say? Well, let me explain. It's a breathing exercise, and I'm gonna take you through 3 parts of it. So imagine you're breathing in like you're breathing through a tiny straw. Can you feel the pressure happening in your mouth? It makes it harder to breathe that air in. So like you're breathing through a tiny straw, you're gonna breathe in as quickly as you can and fill up as much as you can till you're at the tippy top and nice and full. Then we're gonna hiss out like a tiny, tiny little pinprick in an air mattress, just like a teeny tiny leak in a pipe or something like that. And we're gonna let the air hiss out. And then once we hit 30 seconds or you run out of air, we're gonna shush, like we're shushing somebody. But remember, when we're breathing in, we're not tensing our shoulders up. We're keeping it all relaxed. We're breathing into our lower backs is where I sort of really visualize that coming in. Then we hiss out. And then once we end that, whether you run out of air or we hit 30 seconds, don't worry, I'll count for you. We're gonna go shh and shush it out like you're shushing somebody. And that's not coming from your shoulders, that's coming from right in here, right in the middle section, shh, pushing in. So keep that intention of just shushing somebody, and it'll help keep some of that tension out. All right, you ready to give it a try? Let's go. Breathing in through the straw. Now hissing out, and I'm gonna set the timer. Now make sure you're using as little air as possible. In fact, you're probably using too much air right now, if I had to guess. Yeah, even less air. We were halfway there, okay? And remember, if you run out of air, don't take a breath and then shush. Shush with it, whatever you've got left. So you're hissing out as little air as possible. And your shush is coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. Great. Now let's try that one more time. Breathing in through the straw. And hissing out. Now this is my opportunity to go ahead and relax my shoulders. Get in. I sort of just like kind of move them around a little bit, but not so that it's affecting my air. You use less air than you think. Always less air. And I use this as my chance to check in with my body. I check in with my feet, my knees, whether I'm sticking my butt out, you know, where my shoulders are, if my chest is lifted, if my neck is relaxed. All of that. It's just about relaxing in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna shush now. Shh. You're doing great. All right, you're probably like, oh my God, that was intense. Yes, it was. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest warm-up I can think of. Okay, breathing in through the straw. And out on hiss. Then we'll just hang out. I'm talking, you're relaxing, use less air. It takes less air than you think, so much less air. And I know you can do this. What we're doing is we're training our bodies to have that. This helps with line, this helps with all of that. And really at the end of the day, it helps all us breathing, let the breath support happen. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. You shushed out. Should we go for one more? No, we've only got 10 minutes. All right, so here we are. So the next warm-up is just gonna be a simple on ah. Now, I want you to think of ah not as ah or whatever. Let's get our body into a nice, relaxed, but standing tall position, like you feel like you're powerful when you step into that. Now, keeping that ah really round, have a yawn actually. That feels nice. One more yawn. And that yawn is not in the front. We're not going ah like a big lion who's opening his mouth to ah. The yawn is in the back of the throat. I want to feel that sensation. As I'm warming up, I want room in the back. That's where all that resonance happens. That's where all that support can happen and all of that. So having that yawn, and now we're going to come in on ah, like ah, a nice round ah, not ah or ah. Here we go. So we're gonna start low for guys, girls, ah. Do you hear how I'm just staying nice and relaxed, just really open and easy? Second, I'm using this as a chance to just check in with my body and get settled in. The warm-up is as much about just chilling out and letting that day go, or whatever baggage you're bringing from before, so you can just step in clearly and confidently into whatever you have to do. And whatever you're stepping into, the less baggage you got, the more free you're going to be to perform. Back into it. My mouth is pretty wide open for those who can't see. My lip corners and my jaw are relaxed. Maybe a little bit of your teeth are showing, even the upper teeth. Just see how much room you can get in there, how relaxed you can be and still make this sound. We're not fighting our way up. We're relaxing into it. In fact, just have a little sigh right now. Here we are. Everybody who's watching this on YouTube, just notice the space that I'm giving it, the relaxation, the air. Use your ears, use your eyes. How we experience the world helps us get out of self-conscious and into connecting, not only with ourselves, but the world around us. And our voice is one of those main connections. But we might be getting into a place where you're going, this is feeling a little funky, right? One more. If it feels tough or you're straining, just stay relaxed, and you don't have to worry about singing the note. We're not trying to push it out and make these notes happen. We're just staying relaxed, and if your voice cracks, your voice cracks. In fact, on the next exercise we're about to do, I hope your voice cracks, because it means that your voice is finding a new way to stay relaxed and get up there. We're trying to balance tension versus relaxation so that we're using the least amount of effort to make these notes happen. I don't want these notes to feel hard. I want these notes to feel efficient. I want them to feel in place and strong and confident and relaxed. Like you at your best, right? When you step in, you have power and relaxation. Here we go. Experiment with how wide your mouth is. Let's see if we can get one more. If you want to drop out, you go right ahead. Good. Now that we're getting up into the upper middle register, we're going to keep going this direction, but on the vowel A. Think EH, like A. Almost like we're Canadian. Awesome. So we're going to go so we'll be A. Let's start it a little lower, actually. Can you hear I'm sliding? 1, 5, 1, and I'm trying to see if I can slide it with the least amount of work possible. Light. trying to like barely make these notes happen, but I'm just gently carving this path upward into my upper middle register. Check that your jaw is just kind of hanging out, that we're not too tense when we're making this sound happen. For the ladies that started really high, if you're working into a register there that's getting too much, drop out. Again, these are meant to be a way to warm up, not to push your voice and make it happen. This is us just chilling out, hanging out, getting centered, getting focused on what matters, which the answer is the freedom to tell whatever story you're stepping into. And maybe it's your story, or maybe it's the story that you've been given, whether it's Belle in Beauty and the Beast, or you name it, somebody in some other show, or whatever it is. But now we're going to gently come up, and remember, we're doing this soft upper middle register. Feels like I'm getting into falsetto, but I'm trying not to flip the sound. I'm trying to gently keep it grounded and work its way up. If it flips, that's okay for now, and we'll get into it. And if you have more questions, of course, always just leave a comment or reach out to me at the James Snyder on Instagram and TikTok, or of course in the comments. And I'll see if I can get back to you and help you through this journey. That's what I'm here for. All right, I think we're at our time. Thank you so much for those quick 3 warm-ups that we did. And again, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. And of course, I'm so glad that you're here for you.